Hi, I'm Rashonda Cade. This is Reading with Rashonda. We are reading The Escape by William Wells Brown. We are starting Act 5. So here we are. Act 5, Scene 1. We'll definitely get through Scene 1. I don't know if we'll get through Scene 2. Scene 2's got like a song in it that I don't know how to sing. We'll see where it goes. The Escape by William Wells Brown, Act 5, Scene 1. Barroom in the American Hotel. Travelers lounging in chairs and at the bar. Enter Bill Jennings. Barkeeper. Why, Jennings, how do you do? Jennings. Say, Mr. Jennings, if you please. Barkeeper. Well, Mr. Jennings, if that suits you better. How are times? We've been expecting you for some days. Jennings. Well, before I talk about the times, I want my horses put up and I want you to tell me where my niggers are to stay tonight. Sheds, stables, barns, and everything else here seems pretty full if I am a judge. Barkeeper. Oh, I'll see to your plunder. First lounger. I say, barkeeper, make me a brandy cocktail, strong. Why, how do you do, Mr. Jennings? Jennings. Pretty well, Mr. Peters. Cold evening this. First lounger. Yes, this is cold. I heard you speak of your niggers. Have you got a pretty large gang? Jennings. No, only 33, but they are the best that the country can afford. I shall clear a few dimes this trip. I hear that the price is up. Enter Mr. White. Before we get to Mr. White, only 33? You're just walking around with 33 humans in chains, and that doesn't seem large to you? I mean, I know Koffels got bigger, but 33 humans that you have enslaved and are dragging around for sale is significant. Anyway, enter Mr. White. White. Can I be accommodated here tonight, landlord? Barkeeper. Yes, sir. We've bed for man and beast. Go, Dick, and take the gentleman's coat and hat. To the waiter. You're a stranger in these parts, I reckon. White. Yes, I am a stranger here. Second lounger. Where might you come from, if it's a fair question? White. I am from Massachusetts. Third lounger. I say, cuss Massachusetts. First lounger. I say so too. There is where the fanatics live, cussed traitors. The president ought to hang 'em all. White. I say, landlord, if this is the language that I am to hear, I would like to go into a private room. Barkeeper. We ain't got no private room, empty. First lounger. Maybe you're mad about what I said about your state. If you is, I'm going to say that this is a free country and people talks what they please. And if and you don't like it, you can better yourself. White. Sir, if this is a free country, why do you have slaves here? I saw a gang at the door as I came in. Second lounger. He didn't mean that it was a free country for niggers. He meant that it's free for white people. And another thing, if you get to talking about freedom for niggers, you'll catch what you won't like, mister. It's right for niggers to be slaves. Hang on. If you're talking about freedom for black people, you'll catch what you don't like. Oh, that's like when your parents say, keep on crying. I'll give you something to cry about. That was something you didn't want any parts of. Mm. White. But I saw some white slaves. First lounger. Well, they're white niggers. White. Well, sir, I am from a free state and I thank God for it. For the worst act that a man can commit upon his fellow man is to make him a slave. Conceive of a mind, a living soul, with the germs of faculties which infinity cannot exhaust, as it first beams upon you in its glad morning of existence, quivering with life and joy, exulting in the glorious sense of its developing energies, beautiful and brave and generous and joyous and free, the clear, pure spirit bathed in the auroral light of its unconscious immortality, and then follow it in its dark and dreary passage through slavery until oppression stifles and kills one by one every inspiration and aspiration of its being until it becomes a dead soul entombed in a living frame. Wow. that is quite the speech about slavery and that it makes dead souls entombed in living frames. So that's what White is talking about. He's from Massachusetts. Let's go back up to the different people at the bar. We've got the first lounger, the second lounger, and the third lounger, and they are all happy with Black people being slaves. They are unhappy with Mr. White, who doesn't seem to approve of slavery. And they're like, yeah, freedom is for white people, not for Black people. And then White said, but I saw some white slaves. And the first lander was like, well, they're white niggers. If you're only recently meeting me, I am fascinated by miscegenation and when one stops being one race and becomes another race. Loads of white skinned people who were slaves, some of them were legally white people, as in, like, maybe they were German or something and got enslaved in some sort of way. Many of them were legally Black people, but looked whiter than some legally white people did. And so the first lounger's like, they're white slaves. Yeah, what's the big deal? Like, to have, for slavery to have entered into the consciousness of a people who think freedom is for white people, but if somebody is enslaved, then clearly they're not white, despite what your eyes are telling you. So then you're like, well, they're white slaves, but they're not white people. Like, the cognitive dissonance to keep up the farce of slavery is unimaginable to me. Like, wow. Anyway, we'll keep reading. Okay, so White gave his speech and excoriated slavery. And now the third lounger speaks. Third lounger, stop that. Stop that, I say. That's treason to the country. That's downright rebellion. Barkeeper, yes, it is. And another thing, this is not a meeting house. First lounger, yes. If you talk such stuff as that, you'll get a chunk of cold lead in you, that you will. I mean, they are just outright threatening this man. They're like, it's a free country. It's free for white people. I have freedom of speech. I can say whatever I want to. Oh, but you disagree with me. So, no, you can't say whatever you want to. If you do say whatever you want to, you better sleep with one eye open, because you're going to get some lead in you. And this isn't a place for speechifying anyway. Um, if it's a free country, then the people in the country are free. Either it's a free country or it's not. All right. I raised my voice and everything. Like, y'all, the 19th century US lit is where it's at. I mean, I like all kinds of stuff, like all kinds of stuff, but don't sleep on our literature. Like, stuff was happening then, and it is very, very relevant to stuff that is happening now. Like, literally today in 2025, we are talking about free speech and freedom of the press and whose speech is actually free and whose speech is not actually free. We are having people condemned to not be able to work and other things just because they disagree with something somebody else says. It is wild. Let's not repeat history. Why do we repeat history? Because we don't know it, or because currently we're erasing it. So let's stay on top of what happened so we can know and not do it again. All right. Enter Dr. Gaines and Scragg, followed by Katie. I'm sorry, followed by Cato. Dr. G. Gentlemen, I am in pursuit of two valuable slaves, and I will pay $500 for their arrest. Exit Mr. White. First lounger, I'll bet a picayune that your niggers have been stolen by that cussed feller from Massachusetts. Don't you see he's gone? Dr. G, where is the man? If I can lay my hands on him, he'll never steal another nigger. Where is the scoundrel? Oh my gosh. We don't know that Mr. White did anything. We don't know that Mr. White did anything. He was in the room and then he left the room and then they start accusing him of things. Oh, I bet he stole your slaves. And then Dr. G or the Colonel was like, "Oh, did he? Let me get my hands on him. He won't steal anybody else's slaves. I'll tell you what. Oh my gosh." I mean, I know that innocent until proven guilty does not exist for all people in this country, but dang, all he did was stop at a bar looking for a room or stop at an inn looking for a room. Now he's about to get strung up for something he may or may not have done. And let's not ignore the fact that his name is Mr. White. Like, we can't ignore that. Nor can we ignore that Dr. Gaines's name is Gain. Come on now. What's he gonna gain? He's gaining. And Mr. White is like representative of white. Like, we can't not look at people's names. I'm not saying every name everywhere means something, but come on now. All right. First lounger. Let's go after the feller. I'll go with you. Come, follow me. All exit except Cato and the waiter. Cato, why don't you bring in Massa's saddlebags? What the devil you standing there for? You common country niggers don't know nothing nohow. Go and get Massa's saddlebags and bring 'em in. I'm sorry, you common country niggers don't know nothing nohow. Dang. Exit servant. Cato was still speaking. By golly, everybody's gone, and the barkeeper too. I'll tend the bar myself now, and the first gentleman I waits on will be this gentleman of color. Goes behind the counter and drinks. Ah, this is the stuff for me. It makes my head swim. It makes me happy right off. I'll take a little more. Enter barkeeper. Barkeeper, what are you doing behind that bar, you black cuss? Cato, I is looking for Master Saddle's bag, sir. Is they here? I'm looking for his saddlebags behind this bar. That's hilarious. And if you can play that so somebody believes you, kudos to you. Barkeeper, but what were you drinking there? Cato, me? Drinking? Why, massa, you must be mistaken. I ain't drink nothing. Barkeeper, you infernal whelp to stand there and lie in that way. Cato, oh yes, sir, I did taste that coffee in that bottle. That's all I did. You can say a lot of things about Cato, and I'm sure a lot of them would be true, but like he will, there is a line that crossing that line will get you whipped or killed. And Cato's like, I'm a tap dance on that line all day long. All right, enter Mr. White, excited. Mr. White, I say, sir, is there no place of concealment in your house? They are after me and my life is in danger. Say, sir, can't you hide me away? Barkeeper, well, you ought to hold your tongue when you come into our state. He is like, they are trying to kill me. Can you help me? And the barkeeper's like, should have kept your mouth shut. Mr. White, but sir, the Constitution gives me the right to speak my sentiments at all times and in all places. Barkeeper, we don't care for constitutions nor nothing else. We made the Constitution and we'll break it. But you had better hide away. They are coming and they'll lynch you, that they will. Come with me. I'll hide you in the cellar. Follow me. Exit barkeeper and White. Um, let's revisit what he said. We don't care for constitutions nor nothing else. We made the Constitution and we'll break it. If I don't see that happening every day in the Trump administration, then my eyes are closed. Okay. Enter the mob. Dr. Gaines, if I can once lay my hands on that scoundrel, I'll blow a hole through his head. Wow. Okay. Jennings, yes, I say so too, for no one knows whose niggers are safe nowadays. I must look after my niggers. Who is that I see in the distance? I believe it's that cussed Massachusetts feller. Come, let's go after him. Oh my gosh. So Dr. Gaines is like, if I lay my hands on him, I'll blow a hole through his head for stealing the people that I own. I mean, I guess you can do what you need to do to keep your property safe. Oh, and then Jennings. No one knows whose niggers are safe nowadays. I must look after mine. And also, it's interesting to me that they had to have been stolen. Not that they escaped, right? But they were stolen because do they not have the agency and the intelligence, the desire for freedom that they can't do that? Or not that they were off running some errand for their master, right? Like that's conceivable too, because it doesn't sound like anybody was really looking for anybody. They looked around. Oh, the person I own isn't right here next to me. And the second I want them to be here. So surely something is amiss. Like, I don't know how long we've been doing this. I usually like to go about 20 minutes. That seems, like an amount that people can stay for. Anyway, I'm going to read scene two. Scene two is just a whole song that I'm not going to sing for you, but I will read the lyrics. Scene two. So we're in Act 5, Scene 2, Forest at Night. Enter Glenn and Melinda. Melinda, I am so tired and hungry that I cannot go further. It is so cloudy that we cannot see the North Star and therefore cannot tell whether we are going to Canada or further south. Let's sit down here. Glenn, I know that we cannot see the North Star, Melinda, and I fear we've lost our way. But see, the clouds are passing away, and it'll soon be clear. See, yonder is a star, yonder is another, and another. Ah, yonder is the North Star, and we are safe. And then Glenn begins to sing. I like how this is juxtaposed, like Melinda and Glenn, Dr. Gaines's enslaved people who are in fact escaping from Dr. Gaines, and this comes right after Dr. Gaines is apoplectic, I'm sure, and red in the face and furious, talking about blowing holes in people's heads for stealing his enslaved people. And so Dr. Gaines, is all just, I'm gonna shoot somebody. Give me back my enslaved people. Arr! And Melinda and Glenn are like, I'm tired. I'm hungry. Where is the North Star? Perhaps we should rest. Like, if we're talking about who seems more civilized, it is the people who are enslaved and who are speaking English well. And like I say that feeling a little weird because there are lots of Englishes that are spoken, but the juxtaposition is really cool to me. And so now Glenn sings a song. Star of the north, though night winds drift, the fleecy drapery of the sky between thy lamp and me, I lift. Yea, lift with hope my sleepless eye to the blue heights wherein thou dwellest, and of a land of freedom tellest. Star of the north, while blazing day pours round me its full tide of light, and hides thy pale but faithful ray, I too lie hid and long for night. For night I dare not walk at noon, nor dare I trust the faithless moon, nor faithless man whose burning lust for gold hath riveted my chain, nor other leader can I trust, but thee of even the starry train. For all the host around thee burning like faithless man keep turning, turning. Wow, that is beautiful. My gosh. So he starts Star of the North and describes it as a lamp, and he lifts with hope his sleepless eye to where the North Star is and thinks of the land of freedom. And he says, Star of North, while it's blazing day, you have to hide, and so do I, because dare not walk at noon. But then he says, nor dare I trust the faithless moon. So he can't walk during the day because he'll be found. But if it's the full moon and bright, he's also afraid to walk then because he may be found. And then he talks about gold has riveted his chains, and there's nobody he can trust. Nobody he can trust but the North Star. Wow. All right, I'll keep reading. I may not follow where they go, Star of the North. I look to thee while on I press. For well I know thy light and truth shall set me free. Thy light that no poor slave deceiveth, thy truth that all my soul believeth. Thy beam is on the glassy breast of the still spring, upon whose brink I lay my weary limbs to rest, and bow my parching lips to drink. Guide of the friendless Negro's way, I bless thee for this quiet ray. In the dark top of southern pines I nestled when the driver's horn called to the field in lengthening nines. My fellows at the break of morn, and there I lay till thy sweet face looked in upon my hiding place. So now he's saying he can't follow faithless people. Only the North Star is who he can trust and who he can believe. And he says, the North Star shines down on him while his weary limbs rest, and he bows to take a drink. And the North Star is the guide of the friendless Negroes. Um, and then he talks about he was sleeping when he heard the driver's horn calling to the field. Um, and he laid in that sweet place because he was waiting for the sweet face of the North Star because he was in his hiding place. I'll keep reading. The tangled canebrake where I crept for shelter from the heat of noon, and where, while others toiled, I slept, till wakened by the rising moon, as its stalks felt the night wind free, gave me to catch a glimpse of thee. So he was sleeping during the day while other enslaved people were following the call of the drivers. And then when the moon rose, he got up and he continued to follow the star. Star of the north and brighter ray, the constellations round thee sweep, each holding on its nightly way, rising or sinking in the deep. And as it hangs in mid heaven flaming, the homage of some nation claiming, this nation to the eagle cowers, fit ensign, she's a bird of spoil, like worships like, for each devours the earnings of another's toil. I've felt her talons and her beak, and now the gentler lions seek. The lion at the monarch's feet crouches and lays his mighty paw into her lap, an emblem meet of England's queen and English law. Queen that hath made her islands free, law that holds out its shield to me. Star of the north, upon that shield, thy shinest, oh, forever shine. The Negro from the cotton field shall then beneath its orb recline, and feed the lion couched before it, nor heed the eagle screaming o'er it. This was so beautiful. So then he starts talking about this nation is the eagle, and the eagle is devouring, and he is searching for a gentler lion, the lion being England, and in this case, Canada. Um, as I don't know how long Canada belonged to England, like my history isn't that good, but it's definitely talking about England and Canada. So he's on his way to Canada to the lion, um, and talks about the English queen. Said, queen that hath made her islands free, law that holds out its shield to me. So going to an English protectorate, Canada, will be freedom for him. And then talks about the North Star shining, and that he will finally be able to recline under its light and be part of the lion crouched before it and not pay attention to the American eagle screaming over it. Wow. And then Glenn finishes by saying, with the thoughts of servitude behind us and the North Star before us, we will go forward with cheerful hearts. Come, Melinda, let's go on. Exit. So that was Act 5, Scenes 1 and 2 of The Escape by William Wells Brown. I'm Rashonda Cade, and this is Reading with Rashonda. Until next time.